Well, you've guessed it, these Lancashire folk are a bit crazy about their classics, and I'll be looking at some of the most cherished cars in the county, here at Burnley Classic Car Show. Now with me is Stuart here, he's a TVR enthusiast. Now Stuart, TVRs do seem to be making a bit of a comeback in the late 90s, is that right?
Correct, very much so, yes. They've got quite popular in the 90s period. A lot of people know of them now, where in the 70s and the 80s there were sort of individual cars which nobody really knew what they were, is it a Triumph, etc, etc. In the 90s they've made a stance and they're very, very popular now.
Okay,
yes.
Well let's start off with one of the first TVRs, the Tamar, that's
Correct.
how you pronounce it.
That's right, yes.
Now, what year was the Tamar built?
Well, this one, for argument's sake, is 1978. They built the 3000M and the Tamar. The Tamar's a hatchback model,
Okay.
hence the name. The M series, which this is, was built from 1973 up to 79, 80, approximately.
I see. How many of these would there be around?
Very good question.
Not many, are they quite rare?
No, there is quite a few about,
Okay.
yes. As far as car clubs, etc.
What kind of market value?
This car itself, around about 7,000 to 8,000, which is a good value for a car of his age.
Okay. Now, I believe they all have Ford engines.
Not all, but this one has.
This one has.
This one has, yes.
I
This
see.
is the Ford V6 Essex engine, the 3 litre.
Yeah.
They do the Triumph 2.5, straight 6, and also the 1600 Ford engine.
Okay.
But this is the 3 litre.
Right. Oh, that's pretty sporty. Now let's move on because we've got two other in the TVR range here. Now this one looks very square. I believe it's called the Wedge.
They class them as the Wedge car. In the 80s, this type of thing was with Lotus and TVR. They tend to go for this more squarer shape than the rounded shape. This is a latter one. This is a 450 SE with a 4.5 litre. Now, what they've tried to do in production from the 1981-82 right up to 1990, they started rounding off all the shapes on the skirts. They made it, trying to take all the sharpness off. And on this model is a 4.5 litre. They do the 4.2 and the 3.9 and the 4 litre as well.
Okay. Now, I believe all the TVR bodies are made from fiberglass, so I take it that's very lightweight.
Yes.
Hence it would go faster.
Weight factor, yes, on a full tubular steel chassis for
So
strength.
what would you be talking 0 to 60 in a car like this with a 4.5 engine made from fiberglass? It must be pretty quick.
It is about 4.5, not to 60.
Some G-force there.
Yes, and it's 325 brake horse,
My goodness.
which anything over 300 brake horse is quite nippy.
That's powerful enough, crikey. Okay, and what about the third model we have here?
Right, this is the 90s model, Chimera or Chimera. The 4 litre model, 4.5 and the 5 litre model in this range.
Has it been a good seller?
Very good, yes. This is what is this and the Griff, the benchmark for TVR, which has helped them grow in stature. Yes, a very good seller for them.
I see. And I think we should now move on to our latest one.
The very latest
The Tuscan.
one.
Let's
Correct.
take a look.
Okay.
Now then, Stuart, this is TVR's latest, the Tuscan.
The Tuscan, yes.
And what a beauty it is. This paint job is awesome. It's very unique, isn't it?
Very unique, yes.
Now, how much would it cost for a paint job like this?
£2,000 on top of the basic price of $39,995.
Okay, that's not bad. £2,000 for a paint job like that. Again, it gets you noticed, doesn't it?
Very much, yeah, very much so, yes.
Now what we've got under the bonnet?
TVR's own engine, straight 6, producing 350 brake horse.
Ooh, I want one. How many of these are around?
They've only just started coming out onto the showrooms in the last few weeks, so we hopefully should start seeing them about town very shortly.
Well, it's a beauty.